Hey Capricorn, welcome to your monthly reading for August. I hope you all are doing well. Let's see what August has in store for you guys. If you're interested in a personal reading with me, all of the information to book one is in the description box below. All right, Capricorn, let's get started. Month of August. Something's wanting to come out. There we go. Okay, have narrow pathway coming out. Tread thoughtfully. Okay, so it looks like you are entering into a little bit of a path of unknown territory, but it's saying fear not. Okay, right now you need to make sure that whatever decisions you're looking to make, whatever new direction you're looking to go, maybe you're just kind of barely contemplating it. Maybe it's just kind of in your realm of kind of like, right now. What it's saying is just tread thoughtfully. Okay, so take a minute. Don't make any rush decisions. Make sure that you're taking time to really think things through. Let's keep going, see what else is coming here for the month of August. Oops, sorry about that. There you go. Your cards are really jumpy, okay? So this might be indicative of a little bit of your energy that I'm tapping into. It's feeling like a little bit of anxiety, okay? I won't even lie. So let's kind of see what else kind of comes through here for you, Capricorn. But, just kind of, again, tread thoughtfully, okay? Take a minute to take a breath, get grounded, and get your energy kind of calm so that you can make wise decisions from a really calm and stable, grounded place, okay? Disappointment is not the end. There's hope, even in the darkest of nights. Okay, so this can be a really good indication of why you're treading thoughtfully. This is just saying that you might be contemplating maybe the end of something here significant, or something has already come to an end. And now you're just kind of dealing with the grief and the aftermath of this happening, whether this was something that you made a decision to end, or this came to an end on its own or on the accord of someone or something else. Okay, this can have anything to do with any area of your life. This could be, in regards to a relationship or a job. It really can be anything. Okay, so place it as it is. This is a general reading for the collective of Capricorn. And so this can be, in a variety of ways for everybody. Everybody's on their own timeline. Okay, so play it, pick what resonates and leave the rest here, Capricorn. Let's keep going and see what else I can get here. I have the romantics. I allow romance to touch my heart every day. Okay. So this is saying that, even though something may have, ended, maybe you're beginning to, take careful thought in regards to, hey, what, maybe it's time to put myself out there. Maybe it's time to, open myself to a new relationship and something new. Is that something that I want to do? Is that something that, I'm open to? Or, am I still kind of healing from the past and maybe previous relationship that maybe came to an end, or other situations left you feeling a little disappointed, or that you just needed to end, maybe just things were no longer aligning anymore. Okay, so it looks like you might be in a place where either you are contemplating opening yourself up to something new, or you are in a place where maybe you're just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to be open to that. Okay, so maybe you need to open yourself up a little bit more to the possibilities of what might be coming forth here. Okay, so even though things are a little bit chaotic, maybe you're not, maybe you're uncomfortable with that decision. Maybe the thought of moving on, into a whole new direction is really uncomfortable for you, and it's not something that you want to do. And so you might be really resisting this change. Okay, so this is saying that, take time to get really grounded so that you can make a wise decision here. Okay, so that you're not just letting fear kind of take over, and you're not just kind of keeping yourself back and blocking yourself off from new opportunities that may be trying to come into your life and bring you forth new experiences for you. Okay. All right, I have she who flows, ease, being open to change and go with the flow of life. Okay, again, so this is saying get into a state of flow. You have to be able to get into a state of groundedness, get out of the mind where all of that fear and anxiety might be, or maybe all of that sorrow and that worry and that grief from previous endings, maybe coming into play where it's evoking a little bit of fear and anxiety in you about the future, and maybe not wanting to go in that new direction. Okay, you're not really wanting to have a bad experience again. And I can't really blame you. I feel you on that one. Okay. It's really tough to, end chapter, and, especially really emotional ones that we really cared about. Okay. And move into new directions. But this is saying that you need to get into a state of flow. And in order to do that, you need to get into a grounded place where you can get into your own energy and really feel your intuition and feel your way through these significant changes and decisions in your life. Allow yourself to adequately grieve and let go of the loss of the past and process it properly, okay? And get grounded in your energy so that you can then feel good to open yourself up to what's new. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to just jump right in, okay? More of this energy is saying, hey, it's okay. Just take it slow right now. The only thing that we're really asking of you in this is just be open, okay? Let's take a look at the overall energy for the month of August for you, Capricorn, and kind of see what's playing out here. Let's see here. Overall energy. Okay, with the overall energy here, I have the Hermit card, or I'm so sorry, the Magician, and I have the Four of Pentacles coming out here, okay? So this is again saying that you're resisting some kind of change. You're resisting taking action in your life and deciding what it is you want to create here. With the Magician card, it's a card of saying you have everything you need to move forward. You have everything you need to create this new life you're wishing to create, to go in this new direction that you're hoping to go, or that you need to now go in, or that you've been, kind of inadvertently placed into needing to go in. But it's saying you have everything that you need. You can do these things, but you're kind of resisting it with the Four of Pentacles. This is kind of really guarding yourself off, okay? So I don't know what previous experience you just kind of came out of, but it clearly was one that left you feeling a type of way. This may have made you feel very vulnerable, very hurt, a little jaded, maybe just not wanting to, experience that again, and no one can really blame you, okay? No one's blaming you for that. So again, like I said, this is really more just asking you of, hey, we're not asking you to just totally take a huge leap of faith right now, into some big abyss of the unknown, okay? You're still processing through some kind of change in your life, okay? And you're still adjusting to a new path that you may be on right now, okay? And so this is just saying that, hey, we just want you to open up. Universe just wants you to open up a little bit, and open up of like, hey, you don't need to say, I want this, I want something new. And you don't have to say, nope, I don't, I'm closed off, and just be completely shut off. Just kind of be in that gray area, that nice little in between area. That's all they're asking you to do, okay? And then that way you can kind of ease into this change, okay? Because it might be evoking some fear and anxiety or worry in you, or some kind of resistance here, okay? Let's take a look at the beginning of the month of August and see what the energies are like. Okay, the beginning of the month of August, I have the Eight of Cups, okay? This doesn't necessarily mean at the beginning of August that you've made this decision, that you needed to walk away from some things or something significant to you that really meant something to you, and go off into a new direction of trying to find your Nine of Cups, your ultimate happiness and joy, okay? Leaving something behind, okay? This can be energies that are coming in and bleeding in from, the month of July. July was a very significant month with a lot going on, okay? So a lot of this was a lot of karmic cycles and soulmate relationships ending, and it could be just to do with any area of your life. Again, place it where it is, okay? Everyone's on a different timeline, but it's still relevant nonetheless, because the core of the message is still relevant to you guys, okay? So here I have, the Eight of Cups of being something where you needed to move off into a whole new direction, whether that was your decision, someone else's decision, or circumstances just kind of played out that way. But either way, you're feeling a little bit of resistance of going into the new here, okay? Let's take a look at the middle of month of August. I have the Six of Wands coming out here for the middle of the month of August. And this is saying that you are going to be successful, okay? Give yourself credit for how far you've come. You don't necessarily need to be like gung-ho for the future. It is okay to process the past and where you've been, and, have a little bit of a grief and a loss and a, sadness for it, and letting it go. But this is just saying that, give yourself credit because you've achieved more than what you're giving yourself credit for, or acknowledging yourself. And you're maybe not even giving yourself enough credit in regards to what you can do here in the future and what you can achieve, okay? So just allow yourself to kind of open up. You don't have to say yes, you don't have to say no, just be somewhere in between. Let's take a look at the end of the month of August and see how the energies are looking to play out. I have justice. Okay, things are going to become into a state of balance here for you, okay? So again, wherever you're finding that there's a place of resistance here going into the month of August, it looks like you're going to actually open yourself up a little bit here, okay? You're going to, get grounded, get centered in your energy, and, give yourself time and space to process these changes, and, be in that little bit of a gray area, in that little bit of unknown area, and you're going to allow the mind to settle, okay? Because the mind likes to get rattled in its cage. It likes to evoke a lot of fear and anxiety in us, especially when we've come out of really trying times and had to close out some significant cycles in our life and situations, okay? So it's going to say that you're going to get into the state of calmness where you can just kind of, ah, okay, now I can make some clear decisions in my life, okay? Let's get some advice for you for the month of August. The advice that I have coming out for you here is going to be the 10 of Swords, the Six of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. Okay, so the advice here is just saying you need to really acknowledge in the fact that, your past was really trying, okay? With the Six of Cups and the 10 of Swords here, we don't just kind of get there overnight. Typically, these 10 of Swords, I mean, it can be one of those like one and done kind of deals where it was just so significantly, hurtful and painful to us and detrimental. At end came, just suddenly out of the blue. But normally it's, kind of over time. Okay. These 10 of Swords usually take some time to get to this place where there's been betrayal, these, things that have happened over and over and over again until it's just kind of gone. It's just dead. It's done. It's gone and it's ended. Okay. This is not an easy energy to get into. So I can understand why you're in a state of resistance right now and just wanting to kind of stay stuck, stay still, and stay in your energy. Okay. And it's a good thing. Protect your energy for sure. Okay. But this is saying that protect your energy, but place yourself in, an environment that is safe enough for you to be able to just kind of let go. Again, you don't need to say yes. You don't need to say no to a new beginning. You just need to kind of not be anything at all. Be in that beautiful flow state where you're not making a decision one way or the other, because then once your mind calms down, you're going to get more aligned with what it is you want to create here. Okay. But the King of Pentacles, it's telling me here that you are capable of creating a life of your own. The King of Pentacles is someone, that knows what they're doing. They're either a business person or they're just able to achieve things in real time, in real life. This means that you have a stability about you that you're able to achieve. And so you need to kind of settle into that grounded confidence of knowing that you have the ability to move forward in whatever ways you want to. You have the Magician here. You have the King of Pentacles here. You definitely can do, create a new life. You have everything you need to do that. Okay. So it's up to you to get into that confidence of knowing that for sure and settling comfortably into that, knowing that you can create new. It doesn't mean that things are going to play out the same. Okay. So I can see that resistance, but it doesn't mean that things are going to repeat themselves. Okay. It looks like you've closed out the cycle successfully and you're moving on from it. Okay. Let's take a look at what's hidden. Maybe something that you're not seeing that might prove helpful for you. Okay. What's hidden? What's hidden here is the Lovers. Okay, again, this, what's hidden here could be a couple of things. This could be that you're contemplating, again, entering into a new relationship or at least opening yourself up to a new one. Or this was, that ending of that prior cycle here that came to an end. This may have been a very significant cycle. I have the 10 of Pentacles here on the bottom. Okay, so this could have been, a long-term committed, situation here. This could have been a very family environment. This could have been a marriage. This could have been, a job that you held really long-term, and now you're needing to, it's come to its end and there's a finality about it and you're just kind of moving forward. You're in this kind of threshold. You're kind of in this liminal space, I should say, would be a better word for it, where you're kind of in between the old and the new, and you're just kind of in between there. Okay. So again, this is either asking you to open yourself up and just kind of be open to making some decisions now from the heart that are loving and kind to you in creating and manifesting a whole new experience, or this is you opening yourself up to new love. Maybe someone has made an offer and you're just kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know what to do with that. I really wasn't expecting this to come so soon. Whatever it is that's playing out here, this is what's hidden. Okay. So you just need to take that time to kind of take a step back, detach yourself from the environment, from the situation. Don't make any decisions. That way you can get grounded and in tune with yourself, calm the mind, and come to a decision of whatever it may be that you want to do next, from a very grounded place. Okay. Let's take a look at what you don't see coming in the month of September so we can take a look in the month ahead here. I have the devil coming out here, okay? So with the devil coming out here in the month of September, this is saying here, hey, again, make yourself, not get into a place, not make yourself, sorry, I'm trying to get my words here. But this is just saying, don't allow yourself to get into these negative thought patterns. When you keep yourself stuck and stagnant and resistant and block yourself off because you are a little bit maybe intimidated by the past repeating itself into the future. So you're just kind of like, if I stay here, nothing will happen to me, okay? If I just stay in my house all day, every day, and I just don't talk to anyone, nothing bad can happen. But that's not really true, okay? If chaos is going to come, it's going to find you, even in your home, okay? Whatever that may be. So what this is saying is just be very, very careful, okay? If you don't get yourself out of these energies, you may find yourself falling back into some patterns that kept you really stuck and stagnant before, which then created some of the situation that played out here before that closed that cycle. So this could have been a very codependent relationship that you were in, where maybe you both kind of depended upon each other or you depended upon that person, and that now has come to an end. And so you may find that, you know, you're falling back on trying to rely on that person for some kind of support, but they're not there. Okay. This is also saying that you have the confidence, you have the ability, you have the skills to create this new life of yours, and you have to have confidence in that. But you need to open yourself up and not keep yourself so blocked, because then that blockage is going to turn toxic, and it's not going to, you know, allow you to move forward the way that it needs to be. It's going to just kind of, you know, feed into those negative thoughts and those fears even more. Okay. So I have the Queen of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. And this is again just saying nurture yourself. Take time to calm those emotions down. Feel the feels that you got to feel in order to process these changes, because they're quite significant. Whatever it is you were involved in that came to an end was very long term for you. Okay. So this is a time to honor those feelings, honor that grief, honor that, you know, frustration and sadness and, you know, anger, whatever it may be. Honor those emotions, but do it in a way that is nurturing to yourself and allow things to flow. Open your heart up to the new, whatever that may be for you and what's comfortable. Okay. So I hope that you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, take care.